You slept 7 hours last night, maybe 8, and you're still tired. You've been tired for weeks, maybe months, and you can't quite explain why. Most people assume the answer is simple: sleep more. But tiredness is far more complex than that, and sleep is only one part of a much bigger system. There are two separate biological systems controlling your energy levels every day. When both work together, you feel sharp, rested, alive. When they fall out of sync, you feel exhausted constantly. The first system is called sleep pressure. Throughout your waking day, your brain produces a chemical called adenosine. Every hour you're awake, it accumulates. The more adenosine builds up, the heavier and more tired you feel. Sleep clears it. That's why a full night's sleep leaves you feeling restored. The adenosine is gone. Caffeine doesn't give you energy. It works by physically blocking adenosine receptors in your brain, so you can't feel the tiredness that's already there. The adenosine is still building. You just can't sense it. When the caffeine wears off, those receptors open back up, and all the adenosine that accumulated floods in at once. That's the afternoon crash. Biology, not weakness. The second system is your circadian rhythm, your internal 24-hour body clock. It runs on light. Morning light triggers a cortisol surge that wakes you up naturally. Cortisol should peak within 30 minutes of waking. It gives you natural energy and alertness. Then it gradually declines all day, so by evening you're ready for sleep. But when you're chronically stressed, cortisol doesn't behave. It stays elevated into the evening when it should be dropping. That's the tired but wired feeling millions of people know. High evening cortisol suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep. Your body is exhausted, but biochemically unable to switch off. You lie there staring at the ceiling, exhausted and awake. Then there's screen light. Blue light from phones and screens in the evening tells your brain it's still daytime, suppressing melatonin even further and pushing your sleep cycle later. So you fall asleep late. Your alarm goes off early. The cortisol surge never properly happens. You wake up already behind and spend the whole day trying to catch up on energy you never got. Oxford researchers discovered in 2025 that the physical trigger for sleep lies in mitochondria, the energy producers inside cells. When they become overloaded, neurons literally trip like circuit breakers, forcing you to sleep. This means tiredness isn't just a signal from your brain, it's a cellular protection mechanism. Your body forcing a shutdown before overload causes damage. Fatigue is a safety feature. Poor quality sleep is also a massive hidden cause. You can spend 8 hours in bed and barely sleep deeply. Alcohol, for example, fragments sleep architecture, killing REM sleep entirely. REM sleep, the deep dreaming stage, is when your brain clears toxic waste, processes emotion, and consolidates memory. Without enough of it, you wake up foggy regardless of hours slept. Dehydration causes tiredness most people never attribute to water. Even mild dehydration, just 1 or 2% of body weight, measurably reduces cognitive performance and physical energy. Lack of movement makes it worse. Studies show people who exercise regularly report significantly less fatigue than those who don't, despite expending more physical energy. Movement creates energy. Stillness drains it. And then there's the tiredness nobody talks about: mental fatigue. Complex thinking, constant decision-making, and emotional stress consume brain oxygen just like physical effort. Your brain gets tired, and that tiredness feels physical. The modern world is uniquely designed to exhaust you. Constant notifications fragment attention. Chronic low-level stress keeps cortisol elevated. Screens delay sleep. Processed food spikes and crashes energy. It all compounds. So what actually helps? First, morning light within 30 minutes of waking. Natural daylight resets your circadian clock and triggers the cortisol surge that gives you real energy. Second, No caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 hours. A coffee at noon still has a quarter of its effect at midnight, sabotaging sleep you don't realize you're losing. Third, no screens for 30 minutes before bed. Blue light blocking glasses work if you can't avoid screens. Your melatonin system is that sensitive to light signals. Fourth, move your body. Not necessarily hard exercise. A 20-minute walk raises dopamine and resets the sleep-wake hormones that determine how rested tomorrow morning actually feels. You're not tired because you're weak. You're not tired because you need more sleep. You're tired because 2 biological systems have been knocked out of alignment by modern life. Understanding that changes everything. Because the fixes aren't complicated, they're just specific. Morning light, no late caffeine, less screen time at night, movement, and actually protecting your sleep quality, not just its length. Subscribe to AIA Explained. New video every single day.